Hi, this is Jaya. In this video, we shall see the story of the soothsayer's son, a tale of fate and fortune. Soothsayers are persons who can tell what will happen in the future, and there was a very famous soothsayer who wrote a horoscope for his second son, and he did not give him anything except four rules, that is information, and only to his first son he gave all his possession. His second son's name is Gangadhara, and what happened is he was wondering why father had given everything for my elder brother and only four predictions for me. And these four predictions also were not very good ones. One was Janma Praditra Daritram, that is from birth you will only experience poverty. And the second is Dasa Varshini Bandhanam, that is you will be in jail for 10 years. And Samudratri Maranam, you will die in the seashore. And Kinjit Bhoga Bhavishyatam, that is some happiness afterwards. Now he was wondering, the first three things, okay, I can understand, but how can you be happy after you die? But anyway, he was very sure that his father always was predicting everything correctly, and therefore he knows that all these four also will be correct only. So he says, okay, to his elder brother, father has given you everything, so you live a good life. I will go to Banaras and I will take bath in the holy Ganga. I will clear all my sins, and whatever is my fate, I will face it. But father has given me certain predictions, and I will see to it that I will not get into any danger. He says so, and he starts going. And what happened is, father had told him that he will die in the seashore. So he avoided all the coastal areas and he travelled through the desert regions, and he reached the Vindhya mountains. And his travel only went, he went only through deserts where there were no water signs, very little water, where he can only drink water and for thirst. Otherwise, there was no life or vegetation. But soon what happened is, whatever food he had got, that got over, and even the water container, there was no water in it, and now he was so hungry and he was so thirsty, and now he searched where he can get little water to quench his thirst. And he was thinking, my father told that I'll only die in the seashore, so definitely I will live in this desert. That he was very sure, and that gave him some strength. And finally in the desert he saw one well that was a ruined well, but he was very sure that inside the well there will be some water for him. So he had a container, he tied a string to the container and he sent the vessel down. But he was very shocked, because as soon as the vessel entered into the well, he heard a voice saying, I am the king of the tigers, and I am trapped here for the past 3 days and I am without any food. I am very lucky that you have come. Please save me, and if you save me, I'll be faithful to you throughout my life, and don't fear me. I may be a tiger, but I'll never harm you. And so what happened is, Gangadhara thought, what will I do? Suppose in case the tiger is saying that for 3 days I did not have any food. If he comes out and if he eats me, what can I do? I cannot do anything, because I am not that strong enough to fight a tiger, and even I am starving. But anyway, he remembered what his father said. He said, you will die only in the seashore. And it was not said that you will die in the tiger's jaws. So putting the faith in what his father has said, he pulled out the tiger, and the tiger kept his words. After he came out, he bowed to Gangadhara. He went 3 times around him as a token of gratitude and said, you have saved me, and I will never forget this, because if you had not pulled out me, I would have died. So whatever happens, I will be with you. So whenever you think about me, I will immediately come in front of you, and whatever help you ask, I will do for you. And he said, see, I was actually chasing a goldsmith. This goldsmith jumped into the well to escape from me, and he is in the 4th level. I was in the 1st level. And in the 2nd level, there is a serpent, snake. And even the serpent is there half starved. And in the 3rd level, there is an equally hungry rat, and they may also ask you to rescue them. You can definitely help them if you want to, but one thing is, remember, don't ever save this goldsmith, because goldsmiths are not at all trustworthy. We are people who eat human beings, but you can trust us. whether it is a venomous serpent or a destructive rat, or whether it is a person, a tiger like me. But never trust any goldsmith. This is my advice. And without this, whether you're going, if you listen to me, you will be safe. Saying this warning, the tiger went away. And now Gangadhara was definitely so thirsty, so, and he knows very well, again he has to travel a long distance in search of water, so he had no other way, so he lowered the vessel again. And this time the serpent caught, and he asked him, see, I am the king of the serpents, son of Adishesha, and now I have got into it, please save me. If you save me, I will be in debt to you throughout my life, and I'll never forget your help. And he also says, if you save me, definitely I will not harm you. So don't think that being a serpent, I may harm you. I will not harm you. Again, Gangadhara thinks about his father's prophecy that he'll only die in the sea. So he pulls out the snake, and the serpent comes and circles around him 3 times, and he expresses gratitude, and he says, I am the son of Adishesha, and I am the king of the serpents. And 3 days ago, while I was walking in the morning, I saw a rat. And I chased the rat, but the rat fell into this well, and even I fell. I was in the 2nd level, the rat is in the 3rd level. And before me, that same evening, one goldsmith also fell. And the goldsmith fell to the 4th level. And a tiger who was chasing the goldsmith, he fell in the 1st level. Now I am telling you, if you want, you can release even the rat. But don't ever release this goldsmith, because goldsmiths cannot be trusted. This is my advice. If you want, please listen. If you don't listen to my advice, definitely you will only suffer a lot. Saying this, the serpent went away. Now since Gangadhara was very thirsty, he again lowered his vessel a 3rd time, and now the rat gabbled, and again he also requested Gangadhara to pull him out, and Gangadhara also pulled him out. And rat also expressed his gratitude, and he said, see, I am the king of rats, and whatever difficulty you have in your life, you call me, definitely I'll come and help you. I heard what the tiger and the serpent told to you. As they said, the goldsmith is in the 4th level, and what they said is true. Don't ever trust the goldsmith, because if you help him, you will definitely regret later on. And saying this, he went. Now after the rat went, now Gangadhara thought what he should do about all the warnings about the goldsmith. And then he thought, see, I have helped a tiger, I have helped a snake, I have helped a rat. And what harm it is going to do if I help a human being? And why I shouldn't rescue him? So disregarding all their advices, he lowers the vessel, and the goldsmith catches it, and he asks for help. And Gangadhara, who is also very thirsty, pulls him out, and finally he quenches his thirst, and he listens to the goldsmith's story. The goldsmith says, see, I heard what these people said, but don't listen to their advice. I am Manikarasi. I live in the East Main Street in Ujjaini. It is about 20 kilometers south of here. And when you return from Banaras, please come. I want to thank you for saving my life. Saying so, he also went off, and then Gangadhara went to Banaras. And in Banaras, he lived for 10 years. He lived a very religious life. He spent his days bathing in the river, praying and doing a lot of ceremonies. And in this 10 years, he forgot about the tiger, the serpent, rat, and the goldsmith. And after 10 years, slowly thoughts about his home, about his brother all came back to his mind. And he thought, okay, I spent a lot of time in devotion. I want to return home. And at that time only he remembered again what his father had said. So he avoided all the coastal regions, and he came back in the same route which he had taken to reach Banaras. And while he was coming back, he came near the ruined well. And when he came there only, he remembered all these 4 beings whom he had saved there. And so he thought about the tiger, and the moment he thought about the tiger appeared before him. And the tiger was having a magnificent crown in his mouth. And that crown was filled with diamonds, and they were so bright. And the tiger placed the crown at Gangadhara's feet, and he was behaving like a house cat to him. And he said, see, I will always be a servant to you. You saved my life, and I'll never forget it. Now you can take this crown. I'm sure it will help you when you go to your homeland. And Gangadhara took the crown and saw there were so many gems in it. And he realized that if he takes the diamonds and gold separately itself, he will be so very wealthy. And after the tiger went, he thought about the serpent, and then he thought about the rat king. And when they came, they also came and gave him a lot of gifts. And they again said, whatever help you want, you can come and say, we will be always loyal to you. Now he started walking south, and then afterwards he thought, see, if animals itself are still thinking about me, that I saved them 10 years back, definitely Manikarasi will also be happy to see me, and he will also be very loyal to me. And this crown is so bulky, and this may even attract the thieves to come and attack me. So anyway, I am going towards south. So I'll go to Jaini, and he is a goldsmith. So I'll ask him to separate the gold and the diamonds for me, and that will be easy for me to carry it home. So thinking so, he goes to Ujjaini, and it was easy for him to find Manikarasi's house. And the moment the goldsmith came, he was so happy to see him, and they spoke about what happened 10 years back. And then afterwards, Gangadhara showed him the crown, and he asked him to separate the gold and the gems. And Manikasari said, yes, I'll do it for you. But before that, you have to take some rest. You're very tired. So go take bath and come and eat, and while I'll complete all this work. So he went there. Now what happened is, the crown, how it came to the tiger is, 1 week earlier, the king of Ujjaini had gone for hunting. Suddenly one tiger, that is the very tiger whom we know, caught Gangadhara, caught the king, and he had taken away into the forest. Now that crown only the tiger had given to Gangadhara. And what happened is, all the other hunters who had gone along with the king, they were afraid of the tiger, so they were not able to save the king. And then they returned and they told to the prince. But the prince was not willing to believe that the tiger had killed his father. And so he thought and suspected that the hunters had murdered the king for his valuable ornaments. So he announced that if anyone could identify his father's killers, he will give half the kingdom to them. And the goldsmith had heard that, and he was very sure that the crown which Gangadhara had given to him belonged to the king. And now greed overcame his gratitude, and he decided to betray his benefactor. And while Gangadhara was taking bath, Manikasari took the crown to the prince and said that he had found the king's murderer. The prince immediately sent guards to the goldsmith's house, and he arrested Gangadhara. Gangadhara, who came back after taking bath, was shocked, and he was dragged to the prince, and the prince did not even investigate anything. He just ordered him to be in the prison for lifetime. And now the second prophecy also has been taken place, like he was in the jail for 10 years. And in this 10 years in the prison, Gangadhara was given a very meager food only, so he became so thin and weak. But one thing was in his mind, because he believed that whatever his father's prophecy was said, it will definitely happen. And in that it has said, Kinjit Boga Bhavishyati, that is, some happiness afterwards was said to him. So he is very sure that will come. And so he was passing his time in the prison. And after 10 years, once the prince came to visit the prison, and when he saw Gangadhara, seeing his pitiful condition, his heart softened. And so he ordered the prisoner. He asked what happened, and Gangadhara told his entire story. And to prove it, he brought the tiger, the serpent, and the rat to tell the truth. They all appeared before the prince, and they told the truth to the king. And the king was, now he realized the truth, and immediately he called the goldsmith. And goldsmith, when he came, he saw the tiger, the serpent, and the rat, and he knew he cannot tell lies. So he also agreed to the treasury. Immediately the king was so angry on him for betraying an innocent person, and so he sentenced him to death. And now, realizing Gangadhara is a noble character, he appointed him as his prime minister, and he also gave him half the kingdom which he had earlier promised. And now the Gangadhara realized that his father's prophecies are all happening. Now there is another prediction saying Samudra Maranam, that is death by the seashore. So one day what happened is, the king asked Gangadhara to come along with him to a trip. He forgot about the prophecy, and he walked along the beach to the king, because he thought, okay, I'm only going to stand in the shore, I'm going to send the prince and I'm going to come back. But at that time, a massive wave came and swept Gangadhara into the sea. And despite all the people trying to save him, he was lost in the depth, and he also faced the death by the sea. The king was so sad that his prime minister is dead, and he ordered for a search in the body. And finally, the body was recovered, and the king ordered a royal funeral pyre to be built for him. And as the flames began to consume Gangadhara's body, one remarkable event occurred. A celestial chariot, that is from heaven, a chariot came, and from there a divine being emerged. And it went into the burning pyre, and from the pyre it brought back Gangadhara, who was alive and radiant. And the king was really astonished, and that time the divine being said, this Gangadhara is a great soul and he suffered a lot here, and therefore now he has attained salvation and he will be in heaven hereafter eternally with me. So you no need for you to mourn for him, because hereafter he is going to live a heavenly life. And saying this, the divine being took Gangadhara into heaven through his celestial chariot. And thus even the final part of the prophecy was fulfilled, and Gangadhara found happiness, and that happiness is everlasting happiness. And this tale reminds us that destiny works in mysterious ways, and even the most precise prophecies may be fulfilled in unexpected forms. It also teaches that kindness, even to those who may seem dangerous, often returns to us when we need it most. And this is the story. If you have anything more to add on to what I've said, please write it in the comment box. Like the video, share it with your friends, and if you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe and support. Thank you.